Good evening. It is I, Ron. It is my pleasure to be with you in this evening. The meditation for this evening puts you in a very tranquil place, your own special garden in which you are safe and everything is in harmony and you are whole in every way. You are the person in charge and you can do what you want there. You can speak with God. You can speak to me. You can speak with departed loved ones and feel the communion that they have never left your side. Yes, they are your loved ones and they care about you and they live on forever. And so it is up to you if you wish to speak to them. And then sit quietly and hear their replies. Now, some of you will think that what you hear is all your imagination, but I tell you that this is not true, that they do speak to you, and they speak to you with love, with the ability to support you, answer your questions, help you, give you confidence, whatever it is that you need or desire. Yes, your loved ones are always with you. And all it takes is some quiet place, some sitting in harmony, imagining that you are back in this beautiful garden, seeing all the flowers, knowing that you are safe and that all is well. And you can have these conversations with your loved ones, or even speak to God or Jesus directly, or whomever you wish to be in conversation with, perhaps one of the saints or others, maybe the angels. They are all here for you when you put yourself in the right place and take the right actions in your mind and in your thoughts to put yourself there. In this evening, I will take your questions on practically any subject that you wish or desire. And in answering your questions, I hope to give you information that helps you to lead a happier, healthy life. One in which you experience joy and peace in every day. So I will start now. Does anyone have any questions for me?
I do. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
I know you always say we're here to be happy, but when you look around the world, no one is happy, at least not all the time, that's for sure. So I was wondering, can you explain that?
I'm sorry, you were wondering?
Can you explain that? Why, we're here to be happy, but nobody seems to accomplish that in this lifetime. No matter who we are, nobody's happy all the time.
Well, it applies to you. Are you happy?
Not all the time.
Well, let's put it this way. Most of the time, you are happy.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yes, of course you are.
Uh-huh.
Because if you are honest with yourself, a peaceful day without any incident of a particular type is a happy day. No, you may not say, I am happy, but that is merely because you have neglected to say it. When a day goes as you would like it to go, such as you get up in the morning, you have breakfast, you go to work, you work your time, you have lunch. It is now time perhaps for you to come home, and you come home and you cook yourself supper. You may commune with your friends. You may watch television. You may do whatever you like in your evening. Was that not a good day? And Why did you not say, this is a happy day? I enjoyed this day. I am happy today because everything went as was customary. You see, that is part of the secret of being happy. Now, when I have told you in the past that the reason you are here is to create a happy life for yourself, does not mean that you will be happy. It is really up to you to create that happy life for yourself, to decide what it is you wish to do with your life. Do you wish to help others? Do you wish to teach others? Do you wish to manufacture things or help manufacture things? Do you like organization? And perhaps a job that would allow you to organize things would be just delightful to you. Where there are people who like to do all these things. They like to teach. They like to heal others. They like to help others. Some people like to clean, even if you do not. It is one of those things that for every possible job in the world, there is someone who enjoys doing it. If you do not enjoy the job that you are doing and you wish to be happy, it is up to you to find a new job, which will help you to be happy. And perhaps it will even bring you more money when you find a new job. It depends. If doing a fulfilling thing is more important to you than money, well, then you may not make more money. If you want to make more money, then you will have to position yourself to have the knowledge and the skills for which people pay a lot of money, such as being a professional basketball player. Now that may take quite a bit of work because you will have to practice shooting baskets over and over and over again until you almost never miss. You will have to practice running so you have all the energy that you need in a game to run up and down and up and down and up and to try to catch the ball and get it away from others and take shots to win points. If this is what you want to do, then by all means, spend your time, particularly when you are young, practicing making baskets. If you are too old to do this, why then look for something else to make yourself happy. You see, you are not destined to be happy, but you are here to be happy, to create a life for yourself which is fulfilling and filled with things that you like to do and people that you love. And you have to work at it. The other thing to make yourself a happy life is largely your attitude, your perceptions. What are you seeing? What are you thinking? As I said, if you had a good day yesterday and you did not say it was a happy day, well, that is your problem. You did not acknowledge that it was a good day. You did not acknowledge that you enjoyed the day because it caused you no stress. Everything went fine. And so it is a good day for you. Excuse me a moment. The medium's body became irritated. It was necessary for me to allow it to take that action. And so this is how you become happy, is in your attitude. To know that what is going on is making you happy, to notice it, to appreciate it. You see, and in this way, you will make yourself happy.
Okay, I got you.
You are most welcome. Thank you very much for the question. Are there other questions? Surely there are more questions than just this one.
Well, if nobody else has a question, I'm back.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are filled with questions, and that is good because these other people do not know what to ask.
But you told them to ask anything. They're just, maybe you gave them too much leeway.
Yes, that is true.
Okay, I was wondering, I know you've lived many lives. My question was, do you remember any of your families or your friends from all those lives?
Of course I do. When you are in spirit, you will have a memory of all your lives. Many of the people that you have in your life, such as family members and friends, are in your lives. That's plural. They are in more than one life. They join you for a lifetime so that perhaps you can accomplish mutual goals or help one another to reach goals in your life. Now, remembering that the purpose of a life is to live a perfect life, which is filled with happiness. That's all that we are striving to do, is create a life that is filled with happiness. It is a simple concept or project. However, it is not an easy one, not when you enter into the physical world. What seems to be an easy one, an easy goal, becomes extremely difficult. Because when you are in spirit, it is easy to focus your mind and to see things clearly and accurately. When you are in the physical world, you have all the senses that are going on. And so you hear things from different individuals. You hear arguments from both sides of arguments. Sometimes you can detect when someone is arguing a fallacy, and sometimes you can't. So you don't know when they are telling the truth or when they are trying to make you believe something that isn't true. And so that makes a complication in your life. Also, you have so many sensory things going on. There is food, and there is music, and there are just so many things that are distracting, plus work. You have to support yourself in whatever way works for you. And so this is also sometimes a distraction. And it is easy in love affairs when you have someone you believe is perfect for you in every way, but yet they say and do things that make you unhappy. Well, that is a difficult situation. You are the one who is making yourself unhappy because they are saying and doing things you don't want them to do. But you are creating your own unhappiness because you think what they are doing is wrong. And they shouldn't be saying this, or they shouldn't be doing that. But they should be doing something different. Perhaps they are not giving you enough attention. There is always something that people think about in their lives that make them unhappy, or that is the phrase, makes them unhappy. But the truth of the matter is they are making themselves unhappy because they believe that the world should be in a certain way. Just as you asked me the question, how come people are so unhappy? Well, because they make themselves unhappy. They decide this world is not the way they want it to be. They want it to be changed. Of course, they may not want to change themselves, but they want you to change or someone else to change. or something should be done. This isn't right. Every one of those type of thoughts can cause you to be unhappy because you are making that judgment that something is not correct. How much better would your life be if you would simply not make the judgment and say, this is the way it is. And not say this should not be that way, just accept the way it is. Now, if it has something to do with what you would like to do in life, and there are obstacles put up in your way, well, these are opportunities for growth and learning knowledge and trying new things and working hard to create exactly what you want in spite of other people's rules, which you may find are arbitrary or get in your way. These things are there not because of you or to harm you or to stop you from reaching your goals. Somebody thought they were a good rule to put in to make sure that everybody would not be harmed by whatever you want to do, that you would not be getting an unfair advantage over other people. Although you are working hard to create what you want, some people might think that you are being unfair to others by achieving your goals and aspirations. It is someone's judgment that causes them unhappiness, and sometimes they take action to stop you from achieving your goals, which makes you unhappy. As you can see, this is a very difficult situation to navigate life on Earth. And realizing that you are creating your unhappiness, whatever you are experiencing, you are creating your happiness or unhappiness by the way you make judgments, by what you think is right, what you think other people should be like. This is what causes you to be unhappy. The way you think your government should be, or the way you think someone else's government should be. Every judgment that you make in which you cause yourself unhappiness is perhaps an unnecessary judgment if you wish to be happy. Simply do not judge those things as making you unhappy or being wrong. If you can avoid that simple thing, you will live a much happier life. If you can look at something and not say this is good or bad, or say it is good, then you will be happy. Just avoid saying that it is bad, I don't like it, I don't want it. Because when you make those statements, each one of them will help to make you unhappy in your life. It's that simple. That is why I said to you, if you had a good day, did you remember to say that it made you happy? Because that is a wonderful statement for you to make. If you can manage that day, every day, imagine how happy your life would be. Now, for some people, they have been so busy making judgments all their lives and they are really unhappy. So perhaps they just have to work at looking at a single hour and saying, that was a good hour. I feel happy over that hour because everything went fine.
What if you always feel like you're making bad decisions?
Excuse me?
Sorry, what if you just feel like you're making bad decisions all the time?
Well, you have to learn to have not be judgmental on yourself. You know, no one always makes good decisions. Everyone has to make decisions and learn and grow. In the beginning, you frequently start out with the wrong series of decisions because you don't know what you're doing. You have not learned how to do it correctly, whatever it is. No one ever told you that you were making yourself unhappy when you made these judgments. And now you're judging yourself. You're saying, I didn't do it perfectly. I didn't make, well, let me say this. When you make wrong decisions, are you deliberately making wrong decisions? Of course not. I know the answer to that. You are not deliberately making wrong decisions. You are simply choosing what you think will be the best thing. If it isn't, then you will have learned something. Why did I think this was good when it turned out it was not good for me? Where did I go wrong in my judgment or my understanding? And try to figure that out, because then you might be able to avoid that trap in the future. For many things are not as they seem when you are in the physical world. People often portray themselves as good. They can even smile at you and say things that make you feel good, but they are flattering you for a purpose so that they can get you to do something that they want you to do. Instead of letting you be as you are and helping you in your goals, they are actually trying to manipulate you into making their life better for themselves as they consider it. There are people who will steal your money. There are people who will harm you in other ways. Not everyone on earth is aiming through altruistic purposes to create good for themselves and good for you. So do not judge yourself. And you are well aware that Thomas Edison made many, many attempts at creating the light bulb. That is hundreds of mistakes, hundreds of different types of materials that he tried to create a light bulb with. And it didn't work out. And it didn't work out until finally he tried one that worked. Did he give up? No. And was he making bad judgments, bad mistakes? No. It was his pathway to learn, was try this, try that. And so your mistakes sometimes are the result of your attempt to learn and to obtain what you wish. So do not judge yourself as me being a failure in any way or someone who makes too many mistakes. You are merely learning the hard way, which is sometimes the best way, because then you have tried many things and learned what didn't work so that you can try other things which will work. And so it's just a sign that you need to keep trying. Do not judge yourself. Forgive yourself for your mistakes. They are normal and natural. It is perhaps others who judge you and voice that opinion to you. They give you the impression that you are bad. Perhaps they even use those words to say that you are stupid or some other derogatory term simply because you made a mistake. But do not listen to them. They are unhappy people. And you are working at learning how to be happy. And that is what you have to remember. Everyone makes mistakes. And now you are well on your way to learning what doesn't work. So you can now take the actions that do work and become happy and prosperous and anything else that you want. I hope
Thank you.
that is helpful to you.
Yes, thank you very much.
You are most welcome. Are there other questions?
Kind of along those lines, somebody told me a story, kind of, okay, something their father told them. They came home and told their father that this lady, kids, one of their friends' mother or something, went to the convenience store like 11, 12 o'clock at night or something because it was now open that late. So she went to get something and the convenience store got robbed and she got shot. And her father said, well, she shouldn't have been there. So I was wondering, I mean, I kind of get that concept. Okay, so if she didn't go there, obviously she wouldn't have got shot. But is it, I mean, how do we deal with that?
Oh, well, just do not listen to people who make such stupid remarks.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Why should you pay attention to them? They obviously had no compassion for the fact you thought it was necessary for you to pick up something from the convenience store. Maybe you needed it for breakfast the next day. Maybe you needed it to make for lunch before you went to work. You may really have needed something, or it may have just been a whim that you were in the mood for ice cream or soda or something along that line, perhaps a beer. And so you went to the convenience store and just happened to be there at the wrong time. Now, what did you learn? Well, maybe you learned not to go to the convenience store unnecessarily.
Well, not if you did.
You know, you put yourself in a little more danger going to the convenience store late at night. And so it might be better if you didn't do that again. However, you were not killed.
Yes,
And
she
so
was. She
kept-
was killed.
Excuse me?
She was killed. She didn't
Oh,
die. Yeah.
So she was not just shot, she was
I know
shot.
she was shot and murdered. Whatever. Yeah.
So that was the way she transitioned. And maybe it was the time for her to make her transition. And you must realize that we in spirit do not feel that whatever time you make your transition is a bad time. We know that it is normal. And we know that many of you are destined for a short life. We're destined to transition at a younger or older age. It does not matter, for it is part of our eternal life that we decide that we wish to come into manifestation in the physical world at a time and place we think will teach us a lesson or give us a lesson or create something that is good for someone else. And now her family members are minus their mother, their sister, their brother. And I do not hear you laugh.
That's not me. That's somebody else that has their mic on.
Oh, you think someone else is speaking?
Yeah, if somebody else has their mic on and they're talking in their house.
Yes, well, that does happen. I just thought it was perhaps you. I will continue. So this often creates a karmic situation with the family members who have been left behind. For everyone comes in to often, I should not say everyone comes in to learn a lesson, but frequently you decide to come into an incarnation for the purpose of understanding and learning something. And it may have been for these people that are left behind, the feeling of loss that comes from losing someone in such a tragic and unexpected way, such as those who are killed in automobile accidents, those who are murdered, those who are damaged in some way by others. This is a lesson to be learned. And once again, you can still choose to create happiness for yourself. You can choose to look at this situation, losing a parent, losing a friend, losing a loved one in a tragic way, such as a murder or an automobile accident or some other accident, that this is your opportunity to deal with loss, to learn how to cope with losing something that you hold dear, because you can move on in your life. You can mourn what you have lost. You can come to an acceptance that this person is gone. You can move away from that loss and that sadness and continue on with a happy, healthy, productive life. You can do all these things. And just think how strong you become by dealing with this type of situation. You can be angry. Anger is part of your mourning process. Recognize that it's angry. You could be angry at her, at having to go to the convenience store late at night. You can be angry at the person who was stealing money and so thoughtlessly killed someone else, the person that you happen to love. You can be angry with the civil authorities because they don't catch that person, or he is not given a harsh sentence. Whatever it is, recognize that anger is part of your healing process. And then you get on with your life. And you are stronger because you leave anger behind. You face the future. You move forward without your friend or your parent or whoever that relationship was to you. And now you are a stronger person, and you can work harder, perhaps, to get what you want, to create what you want in your life, because you had to let go of someone that you loved. And by so doing, you became stronger. So there are things that you can look at to create feelings that will make you happier. And so that is what you have to do. Learn to create in your mind that what is happening is not exactly what you want, but doesn't matter to you. And move forward in your life, creating what you want, letting go of what has happened in the past, forgiving people that are in your past whom you would rather they never ever showed up in your life again. Forgive them. They don't have to be in your life. Because every time you forgive, you make yourself stronger. And that is what you need to remember. Forgiving is one of the keys to being happy in life, because it allows you to let go of those that have harmed you in whatever way.
But that's easier said than done, to just forgive someone like that.
Yes,
Sometimes.
it is. It is hard many times to forgive. But what is important is that you do it. For as long as you keep carrying that anger or that hurt around with you, as people say, they have taken up space in your mind. They have taken up space in your heart, space that you would rather give to someone who deserves it, not someone who hurt you. And so you have to learn to put it behind you, to say, I forgive you, not to them, but to yourself. You don't have to speak to them ever again. Just say, I forgive you. I wish you well. You are now gone from my life. And I am going to live a happy life in spite of what you said or you did. I will be happy. I forgive you.
Do you believe that there are guiding spirits with you every day? You have guiding
Yes.
spirits?
You do have spirits who guide you in every day. One of the spirits that the medium has is the joy guide that you met already this evening. She does help the medium in many different ways, little ways, because she is the joy guide, and they are always little. And so you do have spirits. You have your joy guide who helps you in your daily life with little things, helping you remember, helping you find things, helping you do little things in your life. And then there is your doctor of philosophy. And the doctor of philosophy is a spirit who has dedicated themselves to helping you with your relationships, with your work, this sort of thing. And then you have your medical doctor. Now, spirit medical doctors cannot act like regular doctors. They cannot give you prescriptions. And it is up to you to seek out the right physical doctor on the physical plane who can help you look after your health. But they will try to help you remain balanced as possible in your daily life and help you find that correct position. And then there is what is often referred to as the big Indian. Now, they are men of protection. Generally, they are always men. And an Indian, a big Indian, is strong and capable. And they can protect your home. They can protect you in hazardous circumstances if you ask them to. They can help you be protected when you drive, and you can set them to being protecting all the people around you in the cars so that all the people around you are safe as well as yourself. And you have a guide that looks specifically after your spiritual development as best he can. Sometimes they are very much involved in your life, and you will be aware of them. Sometimes they are not as involved. It is up to you to learn to have a relationship with them, to speak with them, to listen for their answers, to ask them for help and guidance. And they will be there for you. And then, of course, you have all the family members and friends who have gone into spirit before you, and many of them hang around to some point or another, trying to help you or guide you in your life. Are there other questions? We still have some more time, so I can take more questions.
Do we have a certain number of guides or that help us?
As I have said, the ones I enumerated come to the number of 5, and that is a good number, but there are other numbers that people believe they have. Sometimes people only believe in 3 or 1 or 2. Other people have said 7 or 9, but it is not important how many you have. It is that you develop a relationship with perhaps your doctor of philosophy to help with your relationships and your business and your work life and your joy guide, and of course your doctor. These are the ones that are most likely to be of help to you. Your big Indian, of course, will be of help to you, but in a very limited capacity, and they really don't have much to say. So that you probably will not get a reply if you ask them something.
Alrighty. Now, I was thinking about lots of people don't have no idea that they have any guides or anything, but like when they're in situations, they'll say a prayer and ask for help. Would that, well, like you were talking about driving, I suppose they ask for protection while they're driving or something. Would their guide, that Indian guide, take care of that? Okay,
Yes.
so when
Yeah.
you ask for help, even though they might be praying to, I don't know, Jesus, Mary, and whoever, their guide's is the one that'll help them, right?
Yes, that is
Okay.
correct.
All right.
Or sometimes, an angel, some people have angel guides.
Mhm.
It does not matter how the guide appears. It is partially as the individual might like his guide to be. And
Oh.
so that guide presents itself in that type of role.
Okay, so are the guides, I won't say people that have been here before, or I should say spirits that have been here before, or
Most of
are
them,
they angels haven't been here before, right?
most of them are people who have been here before, such as myself. I have been on the physical plane and had several lifetimes.
Mhm.
And now I am helping the medium.
But angels haven't been here before, right?
No, angels do not have lives in the physical.
But you can have an angel for a guide just the same.
It seems so. I have known some angels who decided to dedicate themselves to a particular person
Oh, interesting. Okay.
for that person's lifetime.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you.
You are welcome. Are there other questions? Well, as no one is asking questions, then it is time for me to say goodnight. And remember, I give you all my blessings. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Thank you. Hi, I'm back. Okay, well, I just wanted to come in to say goodnight to you all, as I always do before the medium comes back. And I hope that you enjoyed this session and you got the information that you needed. And I hope you have a wonderful night. Remember, I love you all. Good night. Good night.
Night.
Love you. Okay, I'm back. That mysterious presence you see a piece of, that's my husband coming in to stop the recording. He's trying to get his picture in there, but he's not making it. But you can see his picture at the top where it says Robert Victor. That's what he looks like. Did you stop the recording here? I need to check it. Sometimes he doesn't see real well the action. So stop recording.